We don't cry because we are sad because we cry. This seemingly backward statement from William James turned the entire field of psychology on its head in 1884, challenging everything we thought we knew about the relationship between our bodies and our minds. Today, we are diving deep into one of James's most controversial yet enduring contributions to psychology, his revolutionary theory that feeling comes before thinking, that our bodies speak to our minds rather than the other way around. For centuries, the common-sense view of emotion seemed obvious and unquestionable. We encounter a threatening situation, our mind recognizes the danger, we feel afraid, and then our body responds with trembling, sweating, and a racing heart. It's a neat, logical sequence that places our rational mind firmly in the driver's seat of our emotional experience. But William James, with his characteristic willingness to question fundamental assumptions, proposed something radically different. James suggested that we've been getting the sequence entirely backwards. In his groundbreaking essay, What is an Emotion?, he argued that our bodily responses come first, and our emotional experience follows from our perception of these physical changes. When we encounter that bear in the woods, James would say, our body immediately responds with increased heart rate, muscle tension, and heightened alertness. Only then, as we become aware of these bodily changes, do we experience what we call fear. The emotion, in other words, is our mind's interpretation of what our body is already doing. This theory, later known as the James-Lange theory when Danish physiologist Carl Lange independently proposed similar ideas, represented a fundamental shift in how we understand the mind-body connection. Rather than seeing our bodies as mere servants carrying out the commands of our rational minds, James positioned our physical responses as the very foundation of our emotional lives. Our hearts don't race because we feel excited. We feel excited because we notice our hearts racing. The implications of this perspective extend far beyond academic psychology. If James is correct, then our emotions are not abstract mental phenomena floating somewhere above our physical existence, but are intimately grounded in the concrete reality of our bodily experience. This means that changing how we feel might be as simple as changing what we do with our bodies. The feedback loop works both ways. Just as our physical state influences our emotional experience, consciously altering our posture, breathing, or facial expressions can genuinely shift our emotional state. Modern neuroscience has provided fascinating support for many of James's insights, though the picture that emerges is more nuanced than his original formulation. Contemporary researchers have discovered that our brains are constantly monitoring signals from throughout our body, integrating information about heart rate, breathing patterns, muscle tension, and countless other physiological processes into what neuroscientists call interoceptive awareness. This bodily feedback plays a crucial role in generating our moment-to-moment emotional experience, much as James predicted. The practical applications of this understanding are profound and far-reaching. In therapeutic settings, body-based approaches to treating anxiety and trauma recognize that healing emotional wounds often requires addressing the physical patterns where these experiences are stored. Therapists working with clients who have experienced trauma frequently focus on helping them develop a healthier relationship with their bodily sensations, recognizing that emotional healing and physical awareness are intimately connected. In the realm of performance and personal development, James's insights have inspired techniques that might seem counterintuitive at first glance. Rather than trying to think their way into feeling confident, successful individuals often focus on embodying confidence through their posture, breathing, and movement. The research on power posing, while debated, reflects this Jamesian principle that our physical stance can influence our internal emotional state. Even in our daily interactions with technology and social media, understanding James's theory provides valuable insights. The way we hold our phones, the posture we adopt while scrolling through feeds, and the physical tension we carry while reading stressful news all contribute to our emotional experience in ways we rarely acknowledge. By becoming more aware of these bodily patterns, we can take more conscious control over our emotional responses to the digital world. The beauty of James's approach lies not just in its scientific implications, but in how it reconnects us with the wisdom of our own embodied experience. In a culture that often privileges abstract thinking over felt sense, James reminds us that our bodies are not obstacles to clear thinking but essential partners in understanding ourselves and our world. While subsequent research has revealed that the relationship between body and emotion is more complex and bidirectional than James originally proposed, his core insight remains profoundly relevant. We are not disembodied minds that happen to inhabit physical forms. We are integrated beings whose thoughts, feelings, and bodily experiences are inextricably intertwined. Subscribe to The Psychology of William James to explore more of his timeless ideas.